Hi, and welcome to 12 IPT, Option 4 Multimedia Systems, Topic 1 Characteristics of Multimedia Systems. And here we are at Activity 1, Introduction to Multimedia. So here's all the dot points. Please pause the video if you'd like to read all the dot points that are covered by this video. So basically multimedia refers to any product or system that has more than two types of media in it. And the types of media include text and numbers, audio, images and animations, video and hyperlinks. So text and numbers, they allow us to get across information using words and symbols. And they can be used sparingly to highlight important information or to introduce what we covered by presentation, such as in headings and annotations. Other times we may want to use text as the main method to deliver information, such as on a text-filled web page or in a book. Programs used to edit text include Microsoft Word, Apple Pages, and Google Docs. Audio involves the use of sound to deliver information. This can involve the use of sound effects and music to convey a mood or feeling, or some other information about what is happening. Audio can also involve spoken voice or singing, conveying information directly. Programs used to manipulate audio include GarageBand, Audacity, and Adobe Soundbooth. Images and/or animations. So images are pictures or graphics. They are used to convey information in a visual way. Images can be hand-drawn or painted, photos from an analog or digital camera, screenshots, scans, or completely digital images. Analog images will need to be digitized, usually through scanning, before they can be used in a digital media project. Animations are just a series of images played one after another, very quickly, to give the illusion of movement. And generally these animations are very slightly different from one to another. Generally you'd play them at least 12 different images per second to get fairly smooth animation, but the higher the better. The standard for generally very smooth animation is about 24 or 30 pictures per second, and you can even go as high as 60 or more. Digital images are made up of pixels, which stand for picture element. A pixel is the smallest component of an image. It's the little dots that you see when you zoom in really, really closely. There are two types of digital images that we've got. We've got raster, which is a file type that stores information about every pixel in the image. And this file type should not be resized because as it gets bigger or smaller, the computer will make a best guess as to what the values of the pixels should be, which means that you generally lose quality in the image. This image type is best used for images that are full of complex shapes and a large mix of colors, such as real-life photos. Programs that work well with raster type images include Adobe Photoshop and Microsoft Paint. The other type is vector, or a line drawing, and these images store each shape as a mathematical calculation. This makes it incredibly easy to resize, as the computer can just recalculate the shape based on the original formula of the shape, ensuring that the image is always crisp and clear regardless of how big or small it is resized. This image type is best suited to image types with simple colors and shapes, such as logos. Programs that best work with these images include Adobe Illustrator and Corel Draw. The other advantage with vector as well is file size. So generally vector images are less complicated than raster images, which means they have a smaller file size. If you can imagine a line, say the line is 100 pixels long, then in a raster image it would need to store the values of each of those pixels, even if they're all the same color. In vector, what it would do is work out the calculation of the line, where it starts, where it finishes, and its length, and the color, and that's it. So we're talking probably, very small amounts of information, maybe 4 small pieces of information for a vector image, and we're talking over 100 pieces of information for a raster image. Animations are a whole stack of pictures that are slightly different, played one after another. They are moving pictures. And there are two types of animation. We've got cell-based, which is where each frame or picture in an animation is drawn individually. This is very labor intensive, but it does result in the best looking animation because you can get the transitions just right. The other option is path-based, where a number of keyframes are nominated. In between the keyframes, empty space. Between two keyframes, the computer will interpret what animation should occur. Path-based animation is so called because the animation can follow a pre-drawn path to guide the animation process. One of the programs best used to do this is Adobe Flash. Video is moving pictures, but of real life, so it's similar to animation, but we just use real pictures instead of ones we've drawn. So video is generally produced with a video camera, which then needs to be placed on a computer and possibly digitized for editing. And some programs we use to edit video include Microsoft Movie Maker, iMovie, Final Cut Pro, and Adobe Premiere. Hyperlinks are literally links between different parts of a multimedia product. They enable your product to be interactive. Hyperlinks can be inserted into YouTube clips using annotations, or use as presentations to jump between slides, play media, and visit websites. Websites rely heavily on hyperlinks in order to convey their information. Some web development programs include Microsoft FrontPage, Apple iWeb, and Adobe Dreamweaver.